It is time to party. And I feel like this party today is going to be with a capital P because I am joined by the wonderful, the delectable Bimini.
Hey,
I love
right,
like instant queen stand with the sunglasses. Look like you just come from a festival.
This is it. I feel like I'm very 90s. This is what I'm going for.
I can't get away with glasses like that. I look like I fly.
I just put anything on and hope for the best.
No, but you always like rock it. You always like look fantastic.
Thank you. I feel like it's delusion. You've got to have a bit of delusion.
I just like really want to like rock that kind of, what do they call them? Like space shades or something?
Yeah, it's like cybery.
Yeah, cyber. And I just can't do it, but you are rocking it.
I think it works because I've pulled my hair out of my face. So I'm giving that like kind of, do you know what I was at Primavera last week.
How was
it?
And
it was really good. I mean, I don't think they can do it like the Brits. Just
really?
saying.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see all those videos this year about Coachella and someone had like a whole marquee in the campsite and they're like, they need to get to Glastonbury.
Well, this is what I mean. I feel like they all want the Glastonbury, but like the one thing I found was weird is it wasn't even the noise, but after like Chapel Roan, for example, she finished at 11, then the music's just silent and there's nothing until like you go find another stage or you go somewhere else, but like the stage you can't get into, and then everyone's just on the floor and then wait until like Confidence Man at 2 a.m. in silence, and I'm like,
that's weird.
Right, well, where's the vibe?
That's a bit of a vibe, yeah, like
totally. It's like what, like if you're like wanting to like have a good time, don't just whack a DJ on.
Yeah,
like play some music. Like,
I'm surprised about that. Maybe because is it in the centre of Barcelona?
But you'd think that would be like, oh, maybe it's a noise thing. But then Confidence Man started at 2:30 a.m.
I know that other ones in Spain start later because of the heat. I used to go to Benicassim, but they don't have like gaps between, but it would start at midnight and the headliners would go on about like 2 or 3 in the morning on the like, you know, like not just like DJs, but like bands and things like that because it was so hot before like 10 o'clock.
I mean, it was really hot and like obviously being ginger and like all my friends are like, have you got your SPF on? And I'm like, yes, I do. And they're like, well, you're still burning.
I am, like, I don't know if you can see my arm. I know this is a podcast, but I've got this mark on my arm because I steam cleaned my arm by accident the other day. And what I'm realising is I have to put a plaster on in the heat because it's still like raw skin and it keeps going like pink. So I'm like, it's a bit of a white cast on at the moment because I've just had to like slap on some more Factor 50.
Well, this is what I mean. Factor 50 all the time. SPF, I even wear it in this winter.
Yeah, I do it on my face. Do you know what? I did a DJ gig the other day in Malta and it was the first time they'd used this location. It was a villa party and I was like, oh my God, I never DJed a villa party before. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was 37 degrees. And I managed to put Factor 50 on everywhere, but it must have sweat off my back so much that I just had this lovely bright red square and I was like, oh, this is not a look.
What do you think of Malta?
I love it.
Yeah.
Isn't it a vibe?
So good. Because I did like, I was there recently. I've been 3 times, twice with exes. First time single I went recently. But Mighty Hoopla doing Malta Hoopla.
I've seen.
Yeah, and I'm DJing
my God.
at it. So,
are you?
Yeah, so we went and did some like content out there, like a few of us, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what? They've just got really nice venues. You've got that Cafe Del Mar in the water with the infinite pool. That kind of kicks it all off. Then, you know, the club has like different rooms to it. I think it's become a real like epicenter for like clubbers as well because obviously Ibiza's got quite expensive and like Croatia's a bit more expensive now, but Malta's still quite cheap. And also the centre, like Valletta, with all the cobbled streets.
It's gorgeous.
And like you can go for a little dinner before you like dive into the rave. I love it.
They've got so much culture as well. And also Aperol Spritz were like €8, the Cafe Del Mar. And I'm like, if that was in Ibiza, that's what, €40?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're not getting a Cafe Del Mar, like Aperol Spritz for €8.
Would you say you're a party starter?
I'm a party starter, party ender, party finisher, party, just keep going. I love it.
Is there a point, because I have this like 4 a.m. I'm out, I have to tap out. Sometimes obviously I've gone like further,
change.
but I just have this like innate fear. Since I was like 18, I was like, I don't want to hear the birds singing.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear the birds singing. I don't want to see the sun come up and I start freaking out. Obviously there's occasions that happen. Have you got like, what's the stopping point, or is there just not one?
The voices. The voices keep telling me to go. No, there's a banging song, The Voices in My Head. I just want to sleep, but the voices in my head go, No,
yes.
but no, I feel like there's obviously been different times in my life. I think it really depends. What I've realised and what I've understood about me and partying. I love a party.
Yeah.
I always have loved a party.
Yeah.
Since I was like 4 or 5, you know, like different kind of parties, but like was always up for a good time.
Yeah.
Loved music, loved dancing. But like, I think there's been parts of my life where, because obviously it's hedonistic and it can be, and it can be like...
Escapism.
It's escapism. It can be fun, and sometimes you can be having fun, but are you doing it because you're in a good place? And I think I realised that if I'm unhappy, that's when I need to check in. That's when I need to be like, you know, do you want to be going to this party? What do you think it's going to bring for you? Are you going to feel good about it for the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Or like, but if I'm happy, if I'm having a good time, then like it's good, you know, you can have a good time.
I've got a friend who like went to like a hypnotherapist for like, because they're partying, but they're being so hard on themselves like after. And the hypnotherapist is like, you can party and just not be hard on yourself. Just like have those, pick your moments, like your Glastonbury's, maybe your Ibiza trip with the girls, your Malta trip. Do you know what I mean? But it's just not being hard on yourself every time. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like usually the times I've pushed it too far is just where I like want to avoid whatever is going on.
Totally, yeah. I think,
And then it's so much worse the week after.
So much worse. You get the fear, the anxiety, and then you're just shutting it off.
Also, like it's just so much money on delivery as well.
I know, literally. Do you know what? It's a bad time is when you're like, oh, I've just ordered 3 deliveries in one day.
No, I
Breakfast,
thought
lunch, and dinner.
a double delivery was like my top, and then I think it was after like, I think I did like Creamfield something, and I was just in the hotel and I paid for an extra night, and I was like, I'm just gonna get there's nothing around. 3 deliveries. One of them was really terrible, like turned up like cold, the food was crap. So that was my justification. But when you're hitting a triple delivery.
Yeah, it's one of those, but that's like, oh, I should just get the delivery fee thing, you know, where you just, it's like every time you do it, like, I'm not going to get them enough. And then it's like, you could have saved £7 on that delivery. 3 times, I'm like, all right,
and it turns out quicker.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's true. But like, I think, that's when I know when I should stop or if I should even be partying at all.
Yeah.
And I think like I've had a relationship with it over the years where I've put a lot of pressure on myself.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, I mean, I've kicked the arse out of it many times and like had a good time, had a bad time.
You're also, I've known you for when you've like had sober periods and like totally nipped it all in the bud, but you still like just like turned up to an event, had a nice time, and then like that's you.
Totally. And I think like what I know about that, because our lives can be crazy. Like the schedules aren't like a 9 to 5. Like you work all over the place, and then also
DJ, it's like 2 a.m. 5
exactly,
a.m.
and then you'll be up in the morning doing something else. So you constantly on the go, and I think like partying can shut that off.
Yeah.
But also like you just when you're going full systems ahead, like you do have to just check in with yourself about it. I've definitely had sobriety stints for the last since I was 18, really.
Yeah.
Like I had like a period. I think there was like. Where I basically didn't do any party favours. I didn't have anything like that for like 8 years. I was like completely in my 20s. Sobriety, fully sober for a year, I think, with no alcohol too. And then I've had periods where I do like 6 months, 3 months without it, you know? Like I think it's good to do those little check-ins with yourself.
Yeah.
Alcohol, I think, is something that I don't always... I feel like I like to just like have a good time, but I don't need it with alcohol.
No, I know what you mean. I find my productivity levels, if I've like I just had 2, but you get those nights as well, you know, when you just like had a glass of wine and the next day it's just like wiped you out. I'm like, I don't deserve this.
Yeah, no, right?
I don't deserve this. I can go out and have about 10 wines and be totally fine. I'm like, what? So like I think it's an age and like a maturity thing as well, isn't it? You just kind of go, do you know what? I don't need about 70 Aperols a day. I can just go and dance.
I think sometimes as well, I've noticed if I drink more, I'm actually better than if I have 2.
Yeah.
Honestly,
so
I'm
true.
like, I'd rather just be really hungover and get on with it, because then at least you're a bit delirious for a bit, like laughing and
still a bit tiddly.
Yeah, whereas like if you have 2 and you just feel really groggy and like, I'm like, what the point?
That headache behind your eyes, and you're like, oh.
And because especially when I was like younger, up until my mid-20s, I think I was never one that could just have one. So now I am one that could just have one. I'm like, well, what was the point of that? Just have more.
You said earlier, you remember like you've always been a party starter since like you were 4. Do you remember your first ever party, like as kids?
Yeah, my mum used to like get me. There used to be like a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was like a DJ, but like DJ for kids parties.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so fun, right?
We didn't have that in Glasgow.
Did you really? Yeah,
well, no, they all like happy hardcore when I was a kid, so it was just like...
Yeah, I love that. But no, he was like bring all the like DJs and like we'd have like a little like a party and all the kids from school would come. I think like my mum did my first one like 5 or 6.
Oh my God, you must be so popular at school.
But like, I mean, I thought I was. But then, but I don't know. I feel like I was in with the girls. Like we used to like do all the pop stuff. Like Spice Girls were massive. Like it was like we were playing Spice Girls or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So
oh my God,
it was like that. But like I was always about having fun.
Yeah.
And especially as I got older, I was like, why can't you have fun all the time?
Yeah, no, do you know what? It's funny what you said about the Spice Girls. I remember there's one boy in my class, Liam, and he was dead shy. And like, he hadn't quite fit into like, and you know what, kids can be quite horrible at school. He hadn't quite fit. And like, he'd joined our little girl crew and he would be part of our like Spice Girls choreography, and he would always make up like one member they were missing. So we're like, right, Liam, say you're going to be posh Spice. Yeah. And like getting him doing all like the posh moves.
Oh, I love that.
I loved doing choreography in like the school playground and like all the little shows.
I used to force like the teachers to let us put on a show. And I remember like all the boys decided to like make their own one as well, and they did some football chant while we were doing like proper like choreo, and yeah, it was just camp old time. But that was like when like 6 or 7, loved music. But then that was when the kids started getting a bit weird because older brothers would tell their kids that I was gay, and I was like so young and I didn't know what that was. But I was being told that I was gay before I knew what that was by like older people and adults.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just dancing around to Britney Spears. I'm like, literally, like, I'm a slave for you. Like, leave me alone.
Also, Bring It On. Do you remember that film?
Absolutely.
When that film came out, the amount of times, but I said, burp.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
I'm still big red. So good.
What is... Let's see your best party you've ever been to. Is there one standout party that you just always go back and go, bloody hell, from beginning to end? That was fucking amazing.
I would like to say my 30th.
Yeah?
To be honest. I mean, there's been many, and I feel like if I like look back through all of my life, I would be here forever. But like, I think my 30th, it was just like in Ibiza.
Amazing.
Went to High.
Sick.
We were like having the best time. I was like in 10-inch pleasers, don't know why, because that's like stupid to walk around in. But you know, it's my 30th, so I'll wear them if I want to.
What club night was it at High?
Glitterbox.
That was sick.
So it was just like a campy one. One thing I would say though, like, there was some people giving me weird looks, and I'm like, you're in Glitterbox, babe. Like, come on.
Do you know what? When you think about it though, on the island, because we were having this conversation the other day, I think there's another one called La Troya that's tonight.
Yep.
It's actually, there's not an inclusive
queer-
night.
no.
There's not a huge queer like community there. There is in the Ibiza old town. There's lots of like clubs there, isn't there? I remember once because I started following. There was all these guys in like thongs and like big platforms. And I was like, I want to go where they're going. And then they were like walked past like is it the Paradise Lost bar or something, which had the worst hangover of my life ever. And then went into this like in a cell like. Just like not a cell, but like a little club in a basement, and that like there's a whole like community there. But Glitterbox, it was the first one to be like, look, we can be in a super club and we can all be together and have a fucking great time. But I think there's a lot of people who like have not experienced that.
Yeah, and I get that totally, and I feel like the sad thing when it comes to that is like the respect of the culture that it's coming from. Like, you know, disco and house music that you're listening to, it's like very much heavy on queer, Latino, black people from like the 70s, 80s, and like it's like that's kind of where it's all from. It's all about freedom. It's all about liberation, and like I mean, we want to live in a world where everyone can just do what they want. That's what I want. You know? Like I want no judgment from me, no judgment from you. So that's
there's never any trouble there. But one of my friends said like you can see that there is obviously places where people, trucks obviously everyone travels from all over, where they've just maybe not had that opportunity to experience.
Yeah, and that's what Ibiza should be about, right? That's what like going to those places. I worry that do people get that experience because of phones, or are they like still getting what they would have done when I first went to Ibiza when I had like probably a D600 and like I wasn't filming nothing on that, like a potato. So like you're actually in the moment.
Still had Snake on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, we love. But like that's what I mean. But like that was my 30th, and I think like I was having the best time. It was a big group of people. Then we had a villa for a week basically, in like 20 minutes up into Ibiza, and it was so gorgeous. It had like
cut off from the rest of the island.
Absolutely.
You
so
can make
we
as
went
much
back
noise.
there, and like we just carried on a bit longer because it was like the morning sunrise in Ibiza. Like you don't want to stop. So that moment I think was like for me, it's like that euphoric feeling. You know when the sun is coming up and
happy.
you're like in a best place. You're having a good time. You're with your friends. Music's playing, and you're like, I just never want this moment to end.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm literally getting goosebumps.
I know, it's so good.
Someone once told me that, and I don't know if this is true, but apparently Ibiza is like built on like rose quartz. Like there's loads of like rose quartz under the rocks, and that's what gives everyone the energy to like keep going.
Well, that would make sense because I feel like it is a spiritual island.
Yeah.
And I think the respect to that, I hope like people do respect it in that way, because when I first started hearing like trance music on the radio, I'm like 8 years old. Touch Me, Ruda Silva, like all of that kind of stuff, obsessed. And I remember hearing about Ibiza, people talking about Ibiza, Kevin and Perry, Ibiza. And I'm like, well, Kevin and Perry's got a lot to answer for actually, ginger pubes, firstly. Honestly, kids coming up to me going, have you got ginger pubes? And I'm like, no. Like, so embarrassed because I'm naturally ginger. And I'm like, well, obviously I would have, but like, why are you making it a thing? Kevin and Perry. And then secondly, my Ibiza love was from that too. Because I was like, seeing that there, hearing it on the radio.
You know they do a Kevin and Perry experience in Amnesia.
Do they? No,
so
I
they
didn't know
have like this Kevin and Perry lookalike, and it's called the Kevin and Perry experience, and it takes over the whole of Amnesia all night, and it's all the odd like trance music and all the music from the film.
I feel like that's
and they
what
have
I'm gonna do next.
the Kevin and Perry lookalikes go into the audience, and they're like wind
so
everyone up.
good.
Apparently, it's amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that was like such a, and I think trance was so good.
Yeah.
Like some of that music was just like that euphoric, like not anti-climax, but like it's constantly edging you.
Yeah.
Like we love, and I'm like, I was obsessed with hearing that and like wanting to know more about it. I
Yeah.
became like fixated on what I thought Ibiza was, and then I think when I went to Ibiza when I was 18, because I won a holiday there.
Shut up.
Yeah, random.
Oh
Like,
my God, tell me about this.
so actually, it's
That's
quite
like the dream. When you're 18, you
yeah.
want a trip to Ibiza.
Yeah. For Ibiza Rocks, like stay there and everything. Like
Amazing.
It was crazy, but like, so it come at time, and this is probably quite a bit of a sad thing, but like, I lost my best friend in a car accident, and we were always. We were 18, but we were like, we're going to go to Ibiza together. We're going to go to Ibiza together for the first time. And we were so excited. And then sadly, like, we lost her just before her 19th birthday. And obviously devastated. We were obsessed with Chaser Status at the time. Like, it was like just so, like, they were amazing. And they were played at her funeral and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then a few months later, I won the holiday to Ibiza. Like, I liked and shared something on Facebook, and it was on my birthday. So it was like May the 12th. Like, so I was like, she's got me that.
I was going to say, like,
Yeah.
but instantly I was like, she was
I was like, 100%.
then.
She
She's like, you got to do this,
because
babe.
it was the opening parties, and Chaser Status were headlining at
No!
Amnesia. Yeah, so it was like mad. Prodigy were there, Pendulum, like Chaser Status. It was so good.
That's it, yeah.
And I was like, that was Tweed getting me
She
that.
was,
like,
yeah, she was like,
she
babe,
sorted it. Yeah,
go
because
do
we
it.
were meant to go together, and then like I basically went there, spent the week, stayed in obviously San Antonio.
It was for a week.
Yeah, for
It wasn't
a week.
just a weekend.
No, got into all of the parties, like mad, right?
You had to stay at Ibiza Rocks.
Yeah.
But like, so I've never stayed there, but I've watched through the hotel.
Yeah.
And there's this really funny video where Camel Fat watched through the hotel, and these lads were like playing at cola from the room, and he's like knocked on the door. One of them is like, and they were like, "Fuck off!" These are the kids in the room, and he was like, "They have no idea
Yeah,
that I
them-
literally
yeah.
stood outside
That's
the door."
hilarious.
What's it like to stay in there? Because I feel like it would just never be quiet.
I mean, I was 18, so I feel like...
You loved it.
Like, just going like... Yeah, it was good, but I definitely think it was like... I was like, oh, I thought it was going to be a lot more... I don't know.
Bougie?
Maybe that. But no, I think San Antonio, walking down that, and I was a bit like, oh, I thought Ibiza was going to be a lot more... I didn't feel as inclusive at that
Right.
time. Like, I was a bit like, oh, I didn't know... For some reason, I had in my head that it was just all go-go dancers and, like, glitter balls and, like, everyone having a great time all the time. But no, it was amazing. Like, I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And, like, the opening party of Amnesia, I mean, I was... Yeah.
Jason Status at the open market today. Yeah. That must have been some
It was,
night.
it
And
was
Prodigy.
insane. Yeah. When Keith was there, so it was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was like incredible, and it was just like such a moment. And I think like
The sweat would have been dripping off.
that was probably one of the best parties as well. You know, like
Yeah.
if I say my 18th and my 30th, but like yeah, that was such a moment. But I definitely was like a little gremlin at the party. If I see photos, I'm like,
What's the worst party? Or has there been a party where you're like, oh God, every time you think about it, you're like, whether there's like an absolute fail or it just wasn't a vibe, or maybe
oh my god, yeah.
What?
My party when I was 16.
Right.
I thought I was being really smart, right? And I was like, Mum, you should go away for the weekend.
Classic.
Like,
I
you should
wonder
go-
why.
Like, you deserve a break. And she's like, oh yeah, do I? And I'm like, yeah. So she's like, all right then. So she went away, but she was onto me. She knew what I was like. And I had a house party with like loads of like friends basically. And then my granddad come and shut it down at 10 o'clock.
Your granddad?
She sent my granddad round to check and see if I'd had a party because she thought I was going to have a party. 'Cause obviously, I was obviously going to have a party. And yeah, people still talk about it in my hometown, like my granddad's house party, they call it.
How does the granddad like get rid of like a bunch of feral 16-year-olds?
He's Scottish.
Oh, fine. Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Literally like Trevor from EastEnders.
Yeah, okay, man. Everyone shit themselves. I shit myself. It was just like a
We
whole
all
thing.
have like louder voices, don't we? We like project basically.
Yeah.
So there's just like one like.
But I almost feel like he
quit
didn't
it.
say anything. I think it was just like a snarl. But like, if I think about like that was my first, where I was like, oh, okay, that was a shit party.
It's all part of a
basically.
lesson, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I
I was like, my lesson is move out. Basically.
Let's go find some work and do this every night.
Yeah.
I was really, so there's 11 months between me and my brother. They call it Irish twins. So I was a bit of a surprise after Glastonbury, basically. And when he had his 16th, he had a house party he was meant to. Place got trashed up. So then I wasn't allowed a 16th birthday party because he had one.
Yeah.
Then he had like an unofficial 17th one. So then I wasn't allowed one for 17th. And when I was 18, I'd moved to London by then. So I always have this little chip on my shoulder about
not
like I
having
was
one.
denied the chance to have like a proper 16th or like 17th birthday party
Yeah.
because he just ruined it for me every time.
I don't even think mine was like a 16th. It was more just like a weekend, like random, like a Saturday in the summer.
Getting empty. That's what we
Yeah,
used to
but it
call
was
it.
like, it was because we used to, basically, we grew up in Norfolk, so there's like not much going on.
Yeah.
And like there's a lot of raves and stuff. That was kind of my introduction to like drum and bass and jungle. But like parties, we'd just have house parties every weekend.
Sick.
Not
We
me,
kinda do
because I
the
wanted
same.
to. I got caught. But like,
We'd always have like the park and then or someone's house party.
I mean, that's how it all started, didn't it? At the park on a
Yeah.
Friday night. We loved it.
Yeah. You just like there was always one that and then it had a chippy on the end, so you get a wee chippy on the way back.
I honestly feel like, and I mean, maybe it's good, but like the younger generation haven't experienced that.
No.
Like they all had the iPads and on their phones,
Yeah.
and I feel like the Gen Z, especially the younger Gen Z, like my little sister, love you, Lilia, but if you see this, but like 18th birthday, right, a couple of months ago, back in January. I put some money behind a bar for her and her friends. She had a little surprise party, put a tab behind the bar. There was money at the end.
What?
There was money at the end. There was tab wasn't a massive tab, but it was like money at the end because they were just drinking Diet Cokes. And I was like, it's your 18th birthday. Why are you not having a tequila shot? She wouldn't have one with us. And I'm like, none of them were drinking. I
At
thought
least
it was
like a
crazy.
wee Bacardi and Coke. You know, like those entry level drinks. I always just like it when like I went on a holiday and I was allowed to have a Malibu and pineapple.
Yeah,
because I was on
18
holiday.
though. If I had a bar tab, a free bar at 18, that'd be gone in the first hour.
Yeah.
Like me and my mates would have rinsed it.
All the aftershocks, the sour apple
We'd be like, line
aftershocks.
up the tequilas and just keep coming. Like, but like I was kind of like low key. That's quite cool that they're kind of not drinking.
Yeah.
But I was also like, can't just get pissed on your birthday.
They weren't on their phones, were they?
Yeah.
All the time? Yeah, that's what I'm.
I kind of like huddled round, and I was a bit like, I don't know. I feel like I hope that generation are happy and kind of find music and culture and
Yeah,
you know,
I know what
a
you
good
mean.
time.
I always feel like there's like there'll always be an evolution, won't there? Like at the moment, it's like a lot of people on phones and whatnot. But I do find like there's more clubs now, obviously, who are like not letting phones happen or like you put a sticker on your phone.
I think that's important, to be honest.
Well, just to live in the moment a bit
Yeah.
more. Shall we build your ultimate party?
Let's do it.
Where, if you could have a party anywhere, where is it going to be?
Where I would do it at the London Palladium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's got a bit of like history with my family, like my nan,
Yeah.
no longer with us, but like my gran on my dad's side, she was a Tiller girl. She was a dancer in the West End in the 60s. And like my granddad, who I never met, he was gone before I was born, but he was like a director, and like they worked at the Palladium together,
how they
and like,
met?
and then I performed at the Palladium once. And then I was like, this is amazing because it's like, feels that. So I think I'd want to have it there.
I love it, and such a nice location as well.
Yeah,
And
easy
like
to get to.
theatres around, yeah, easy to get to, easy to get a taxi home from. So we're in the London Palladium, which people haven't been there. It's like really, it's just off Oxford Street, isn't it?
Yeah, just
before
off
you get into
Oxford Street.
Carnaby Street, really central location, like you say, steeped in history. Beautiful kind of theatre setting, like classic theatre set. It's where the Royal Variety happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool, Queen used to go there.
I'll be in the Queen's box.
Yeah, oh,
King's
I
box there.
love
Yeah.
that. So we're at the London Palladium. Are we doing like full day party into evening? We're just doing a full show.
I think, a day party into evening would be good, but I don't think you'd do that at Palladium. So I'd have to be like evening. I'd say, yeah, we're going to do an evening show. It's going
Right.
to turn from a performance into just a rave.
Sorry, rave.
That just keeps going.
We could have like a little location before we go into the Palladium if you did want to have like a
Or maybe it's
pre-fest
after. Like as the sun rises. It's got to be in a good time in the summer. And we've got like
Balance Cafe in Oxford Street.
Yeah, I'm like, where do we go? We go Regent's Park. No. But Madonna's going to perform.
You beat me to my question. So who's performing? Madonna's performing.
Madonna's performing, and then we'll have
Any sort of like Madonna, like our particular era, or like we getting the greatest
Ray
hits.
of Light, really. Like
Oh
that's
my
the
God,
album. That's Madonna
yes.
I'd want. But actually, if she wants to do greatest hits, I'll let her.
Oh, because there's something last year, like 3 hours or something, because she was
Yeah.
like trying to get everything in.
At the Palladium as well.
I was glad because there was all those rumours
Oh,
that she
no,
was
the
meant
other
to
one,
do Glastonbury, wasn't she? And I've never seen Madonna live.
I'm like, why has she not? Yeah, like surely.
I mean, there's loads of rumours, but somewhat like loads of people were saying it's because the show was 3.5 hours and you can't just headline the pyramid
she's
station
probably like, I'm not doing it unless it's that.
unless it's 3.5
Yeah.
hours, and they're like, we've got like 1,000 people to get on stage.
She'll
this weekend."
get it. She'll get away.
She's never performed at Glastonbury.
Yeah, I know.
ever.
I know.
Mad. So we've got Madonna. Have we got anyone else on the
Um,
lineup?
if we do Dead or Alive, I think like Prodigy, I would want Keith
Oh
there.
my God, yeah.
So I just love Keith Flint.
Keith before or after Madonna? Because that'd be quite funny. Madonna coming on
After,
stage.
because Keith will start the
Proper
Oh, they've
rave.
got like a duet together that no one knows about.
Imagine like a kind of like Ray of Light Prodigy remix.
I could imagine it.
Yeah, that'd be
like
sick.
that album. William Orbit was like I think 1998. I think it's one of my favorite. I think it's my favorite body of work from Madonna for sure. But I think at the time from a pop girly, like I think it's my favorite pop girly
Yeah.
album of all time, just because it's soaked in electronic dance music and like so much. It's done so well. Whereas like I think a lot of times when pop stars can jump onto like a dance trend or
Yeah.
whatever, it's not always authentic. But I feel
No.
like Madonna, she was in that, you know.
And also,
like,
she was kind of the first to that, 'cause she was a super pop girly, and then she
Yeah.
just went, "Fuck it, I'm going to do this now."
I'm going to do
And
this.
you're
I've
gonna-
gone to do some yoga. I'm feeling really spiritual. I'm
Yeah.
going to do an album about like how I realised that everything's material, and I don't give a shit. But
Yeah.
like, it's great. I think it's the album that I listen to. That and Lauren's Miseducation is the album that I listen to the most.
Do you know what Lauren Hill, Miseducation Lauren Hill, my partner never like properly listened all the way through it because it just like had a few songs and like their Spotify, or their streaming service, whatever. And I was like, God, for me, like that CD was the one that I would put on.
Start to finish.
Start to finish. All the little interludes to the kids in the class
Yeah,
and knew it word for
exactly.
word. Like, I was like, I don't know, it's the lost art, isn't it? Like being able to...
I think it needs to come back because I think that's what like music was about. Like you get
the
lost.
storytelling.
And also I think as well, because everything's so quick now, like we have an opinion after a day of listening to an album. Whereas like back in the day, you'd listen to the album on repeat before you really fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And then you don't fall in love with the singles, you fall in love with track 7 or like the number 12, you know, or like the B-side.
Remember as well when they started putting like the music videos on the CD?
Yeah.
What was that? It was like a one-hit wonder. I can't remember. And I remember it being like putting it in my computer and being able to watch the music video and like do the
obsessed.
choreography.
And
I
they
was
used to
like,
have the lyrics in the back.
Yeah, always. And then Britney had like a little tattoo. I remember I used to want it like with the girl with the butterfly wings.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna get that as my first tattoo. I didn't get it, but even now, I think I saw a girl with it the other day, and I was like, that's Britney Spears Tattoos.
Yeah. Oh, I love that because it's true though. An album is not, and like it's
You
not
would
meant
like
to
study
be,
the little booklet as well. Who's
it's
she
not meant to be
thanking?
a hit. Every song's not meant to be a hit. It's
Yeah.
meant to be a journey, you know. And I think like I love that about albums. I hope like we get more of that now.
Yeah. So we've got Madonna, we've got Prodigy, original lineup. We need to look at like the logistics. And we always say like who would be on the door. Because it's a very important person that needs to be on that door because they need to be able to be quite savage but kind. Or they could be the kindest person, just let everyone in. Or
Pete Burns.
Pete Burns.
Pete Burns on the door. You know, we need someone cunty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did you ever meet Pete Burns?
No. I would have loved to.
Yeah.
I love Pete. I think like Pete was like growing up. I was very confused at Pete because I was like, this person is confused. It's confusing me. Like I'm like. I think it's amazing, but then I'm being told it isn't by people, or they're being mocked, and I'm like, this is crazy. But then, like now, I mean, obviously, as I got a bit older, I started understanding a lot more, and I'm like, I look at him and think he was fucking ahead of his time.
Oh, wasn't he?
Like how he just did not care, and he was just so himself.
Yeah.
It's like it is what it is. Like I want to look like this.
We've got Pete Burns on the door.
Yeah.
Who is coming with you? Who's your pals on the list? Or who like the starlight? Do you want to like family and friends, or would it be like, come on, let's do like the dream lineup of anyone?
I'd bring my bestie Tweed because if we're doing like the dream lineup, she's got to be there in whatever capacity. So yeah, she'd be there. And I feel like obviously I'd love to have my mum there. She'd be fab.
Does your mum like a party? Because obviously we've heard that like you used to like be
Have
the
you met
person.
me?
Yeah.
My mum's 4'11"
She
weapon.
had you for DJs at a party when you were a kid.
Like
That's
5 or 6, like honestly, she did. But like no, that my they were always having parties every weekend, barbecues in
Love
summer. Like
it.
they were always like I was always around so many people and like Scottish. Everyone's Scottish.
Very
Like
sociable.
my dad is not Scottish. He's from, but they weren't together. My stepdad was Scottish, so all of their friends, all of the family, are all Scots. So obviously there's a lot of Bacardi. Obviously there's a lot of drinking. Everyone's having a good time, and it's like yeah, I was always around that. So.
Have you ever noticed, because my biggest thing when I first moved to London was that we were quite sarcastic in Scotland, like we take the piss, like the banter.
Absolutely.
And I remember really having to like check myself a bit because I would like say quite a sarcastic comment and people would think I was being serious.
Yeah.
And they'd just think I was being an absolute wido.
Yeah.
Like just like starting on people, and I'm like, no, obviously I'm
It's
joking.
the piss but people think, I've grown up around that humour, so I also take the piss a lot, and like people don't always get it. And I remember my friends being like 14 and then like coming into my house, then my stepdad and my mum talking to them, and then when they left, they went, what did they say? And I was like, what?
My grandma was a twin, my Auntie Julia, and they used to play tricks with my friends. So we lived in Stirling, we come to Glasgow where they lived. And I'd come through my pals and we were like going out in Glasgow for the day, do you know what I mean? And we're going to go to like the cut, like they used to have this little fairground that we could go to and whatnot. And my Auntie Julia would like meet one of like us like coming off the train, and then my grandma would wait like further down. And so Auntie would be like, hi kiddos, how are you? And then like 3 steps later, my grandma, and they were identical twins, like you couldn't tell them apart. And then they'd be like, hi kiddos, and they'd be like, What's going on? And the loud pain check some people, like they're just that banter. Like,
I love that. Yeah, exactly.
You can never get a big head in Scotland, I don't think, because you would be absolutely
they'll bring you back
ripped
down.
apart.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that was always like quite good growing up with, because like you get humbled.
Yeah.
You get humbled.
So
right
we've got
away.
all the Scots there. We've got Pete Burns in the door. We've got your best pal. Is it Tweed?
Yeah. Tweed, yeah.
Love it. Anyone else coming through the door?
I mean, it's going to be open for like all friends, people that know me, but I think also I'd want to bring like all of the dolls. I'd want to bring like Dennis James. I want to bring the trans girls. I want to bring the trans guys. I just want a celebration of everyone. Like Honey DJ, we want her on the decks.
She has to be on the decks, yeah.
It's got to be on the decks. And I feel like it's just got to be like a real proper, in my head, this is how Ibiza. Oh, maybe it should be an Ibiza. No, but that's another one.
We could always get like we could charter a plane like Drake, put everyone on the flight. So we've done London Palladium as like the big show, and they like kick off.
It's a big weekend.
And then we fly to Ibiza just to like be in the beach.
Palladium's the opening party. But no, it would be good. Like, but like, yeah, this like it's inclusive. It's like no phones. It's judgment free. It's hedonistic. It's banging music.
Is there like a dress code, or is anyone? Is it fun and fabulous? Or
the
like
dress code is no grey t-shirts.
No grey t-shirts. I love that.
No grey t-shirts, and you've got to like just be
also,
fabulous.
When will people realise that grey t-shirts are like the devil, because they're the ones that sweat.
Yeah.
I wore one. It wasn't grey, but it was like kind of grey khaki, and it was when I first played Tomorrowland, and I couldn't use any of the photos because everyone just these fucking.
This is what I mean. It's not good for anyone.
These arms of sweat, and I said to the guy, I was like, "Is there any way we could just like Photoshop my sweaty piss?" Because they were really stealing the show. It was like a real milestone, like moment for me. I'm like, the pits are just taking the attention.
So it's for everyone else as well. Like, you gotta say that, but like, no, it's like be yourself, but the most ridiculous, outrageous, fabulous, fun version of yourself.
Who was the first person getting kicked out of the party?
Probably my mum. Hopefully. Yeah, mum's getting kicked out. I'm sending her home. She's
Is there any
pissed.
foods or particular cocktails or drinks or anything on the menu, or just anything goes?
I feel like tequila, but like anything goes. But like Aperol Spritz is the drink of the night.
I love that you like apple spritz.
I love an Aperol Spritz.
I can't. Do you know I can't drink it because I get cramp in my calf.
Really?
Yeah.
In your calf?
No, seriously. And I did, because you can drink it because it's like not too sweet.
Yeah.
Drank it all day drinking. Went out the night. I woke up. I thought a baby alien was like giving birth at my calf.
God.
I was screaming, and then I didn't have it again for ages. And then I had another day where I was like, oh, like just drank Aperol, nothing else, and it happened again.
That's so weird.
I asked my friend who's a nurse. She said it's cocktail cramp. It's a thing. Apparently, it's like the sugar.
Isn't it weird how as you get older and older you realise the things that affect your body in different ways? I'm like, I used to be able to just drink what I want, go to sleep for 2 hours, wake up, have a great day. And now
And
I'm
then
like,
crack on again. Then now it's like 2 days to recover, and you're
Sore
like walking
back,
with a
leg
limp.
hurts.
Yeah.
Broken a
Okay,
toe.
we've done your ultimate party.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna do quick fire questions.
Go
You
on.
ready? Best club experience.
Best club experience is recently Club R in London.
Club R.
Yeah. It's in Tottenham. Seven Sisters in the warehouses. I only went recently. It's very queer but very open, and music was all like acid house and techno. It was so good, like non-stop banging music. It's the best club experience I've probably had this year.
Wow. Okay, I need to know that. Best festival experience.
Best festival experience, Glastonbury, 2017.
Why 2017?
Because I just started doing drag. I was an absolute mess. I was hanging from the rafters in Maceios. I was dancing every night at NYC Down Low. I was like, what the fuck is my life? This is ridiculous. And I loved it.
Love it. Best DJ set you've ever had.
I've ever had?
Yeah.
Or I'd say my best DJ set that I've done was in Sub Club in Glasgow recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was sick. Like, it sold out, which was mad. And then they were with me the whole time, going for it. It was just so much fun. Glasgow, innit?
Yeah, it's a legendary club. Best DJ set you've ever seen.
Best DJ set I've ever seen is probably Honey Dijon. I can't remember which one it was.
Just any Honey Dijon.
Yeah, any
That's
Honey
just
Dijon,
fucking
basically.
brilliant, isn't it?
Or it was actually Horse Meat Disco.
Where?
Like years ago at Horse Meat Disco, but like I remember going there and when I was obsessed with disco music, because that was my first like genre that I'd become obsessed with in dance.
Love.
And I remember starting DJing back then, and I was like not beat gridding or even like listening, so I don't know what the fuck the BPMs were, but we were having a good time. But at Horse Meat Disco, I used to listen to Rinse FM every single Sunday for like the whole thing and like hear everything from them. So I remember going to see them. I think it was at a gala festival,
Sick.
and like just being like, this
They're
is
so
amazing.
consistently fucking brilliant, aren't they? I've never seen them do a bad
And you'd
DJ
hear
set.
like amazing obscure disco that was just
yeah,
like
just
you
those
don't hear
gems and
anything
like,
else.
and you're like trying to Shazam it, and you're like, fucking, it never comes up.
I
It's
remember
just
like my favourite one from them was Eartha Kitt, Where Is My Man? And it's this like track that you can't really get on Spotify, but it's like 6.5 minutes of her like purring and talking about how she just wants a billionaire. It's so good.
Love that. Best band you ever seen live?
Best band I've ever seen live is probably... Oh, come on, I've seen loads of bands.
Maybe Prodigy.
Oh, yeah, Prodigy.
Yeah.
Prodigy, yeah, 100% Prodigy.
At Amnesia, have you seen them elsewhere as well?
I've seen them 3 times.
Amazing.
Well, I will say the first place I saw them was at V Festival.
Hey, look,
I was
V Festival,
15.
don't knock it. I saw
loved
Radiohead there. It was amazing.
It was so good. They were great. And so was Eminem and Rihanna. And I had like fake tan on for the first time and I looked great. Well, I thought I did, but orange.
It's just like congealed around your wrist. It's when it goes green around your wrist when you first start doing, you're like, oh God, I really need to get a spray.
But that was like, I was like 15.
Oh, amazing. Best gig venue.
What have we got in London at the minute? I feel like Fold, probably.
Yeah, Fold is.
I guess that's a club. Gig venue.
Yeah, that
can work. But I do like a bit more of an intimate one. I think Palladium's a good one. I know I've said it already. But also like Coco and stuff like
Coco's
that.
amazing.
I like those kind of like...
I love that disco ball.
Yeah.
I used to dance at Coco when I first moved to London.
Love.
And then when I first got to DJ there, because they're now doing a lot of electronic focus nights, aren't they? And I was a bit like, God, it's so weird. I used to be up here doing my pans people style
That's
dancing.
what I mean. I love
like,
the juxtaposition of like that with how the seating is. Also, Roundhouse.
Roundhouse is sick. And last but by no means least, who is the best person to go dancing with?
Person to go dance with is me. But yeah, no, I think like as long as you're up for a good time and we're in it, like I've got friends that are good for that. Some people don't, they sit on their phones or they do thing. But like, I mean, Tweed was always the best person to go dance with. Yeah. And then I would say like, do you know what? My mum. Take my mum out tonight.
I'd say the same for her.
Yeah.
Bimini, that's been your ultimate party.
Yay,
thank you so much.
We've got a party soon.
Well, I think we're going to see you next weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. No, thank you for having me.
Thank you, darling.